Welcome to Inner Voice Power, the case study. And today I would love to share with you about a woman who had already done several years of personal development, and she somehow wasn't able to really to overcome um, self-doubt, insecurity, and for that purpose she also didn't really dare to make certain changes that she found or felt at that very moment were necessary for her on a professional level. And she kind of always put it down, and then she didn't do it. She did not make those changes in those areas where she felt like, no, this is not really an authentic expression of who I am. I don't like this work. This is not really flowing. This is not of what I want. At the same time, she wasn't able really to make the change because she felt insecure and doubted, and what should I then do, and will it really be better? And these were questions that she was asking herself, and because she was feeling so unsure in it, and she did not feel this strong inner yes that she expected to, that would be there when it would be the right choice. But she was also aware that she had an inner saboteur who was seeding always thoughts of self-doubt, that she wasn't able really to do that. And is this really something? And here you know what you have, and you might recognize some of those thoughts as well for yourself, so that um, that you always stay where you are at this very moment because you feel, sorry, the fridge is beeping, that you feel, yeah, that it's not really the time perhaps, and then all kind of other excuses that you might make for yourself why it is better to stay where you are. And at a certain moment, because she was years in personal development work, and she also came to realize, that it is in her hands, and that it is more her own insecurity, her self-doubt, and then she felt that she was not really deserving, and she was looking at her past, at her childhood, where she also couldn't get what she really wanted, and very critical parents, mother especially, and she was thinking like, yeah, this is why I have this self-doubt. And she tried so many therapies and techniques in order to overcome this self-doubt and these insecurities, but she somehow wasn't able to do that. She somehow, all the time, when there were important decisions to be made, then she was falling back into this doubt, and she stayed where she was. And what then happened was that she felt really a lot of guilt about it, because she said, like, see, everyone is right, and because I cannot do that. See other people, they live an authentic life, they live some really their true self, and I am just it's impossible for me because I can't overcome this self-doubt. Yeah, and I can't overcome my obstacles, and I cannot heal my past. And see, I am unable to do this. I'm powerless. I cannot do something. And these were things, that came all over her because it was in her hands. Everyone told her so, and she also believed that it was in her hand, but she was not able to overcome those things and those aspects of herself that all the time pulled her back, yeah, into this doubt and insecurities, and what made that she got stuck there where she was. At least this is how she felt. Yeah? And then this guilt, yeah, this guilt, and confirmed, yeah, that, no, see, I am not that one. I'm just a useless piece. I can't do this. What other people do, they make the most extraordinary things, and see, my mom was right, I'm just useless. I can't do anything. And because if it's in my hands and I can't overcome it, who else to blame? Yeah, who else to blame? Shall I blame my mom? No, I can't blame my mom. She is right. It's me. It's all me, because it's in my hand, and it's me who has to change my life, and I can't do it, so it's me. And they were all right. And she really was dragged into a very bad place, yeah, where she also felt like that, what should I do? There's nothing that I can do to change who I am, and to heal myself. And it's just not, I can't do it. I'm unable to do it. Yeah, I'm just useless. And this is what I was confirmed also by those years where she tried and tried, and she wanted to believe that also she deserved self-love, but she wasn't able to love herself. She hated herself even more after years of having done personal development. And that was a little bit the stage where I met her. And when we worked together, and she was, even from the very beginning, when she was starting to see the NEWEX approach, yeah, where she discovers that she can't choose who she is, and that she is who she is, and every aspect of herself is a valuable part of her, also her self-doubt. Yeah, and also the guilt that she was feeling, that she was able and capable to feel guilt, was not a mistake. She wasn't a wrong person because of that. It was who she is. Yeah, and these aspects of her, when she is pulling herself down with guilt or self-doubt, is blocking her in her self-expression. Yeah, then it's just an underdeveloped aspect of who she was, and she discovered that, and she saw that, no, there's nothing wrong with me. They're just aspects in me. They're belonging there. They should be there. They're good for me. Yeah. But they are just underdeveloped. And this is why they are destructive for me. These are aspects that didn't grow up together with all other aspects that that she did have. Yeah. And of course I can also say me, because I also are the same person. You know, we all have aspects in ourselves that are working and other aspects that are not working. And I'm sure that also you do have aspects that are working and that are not working. And when you're on the path of personal development, then you might just want to heal, to kind of clear, to accept more or whatever, you know, with those aspects that are not working. And perhaps you might also find yourself at times really devastated that you are not the one who can make those brilliant steps, yeah, and that you find yourself again in a situation where you do have self-blame for that you are not moving, yeah, and that is also normal that it is like that. So for this person, yeah, for this participant of mine, yeah, she discovered that her self-doubt, yeah, was actually needed, yeah, so that to find her very specific way. This is what self-doubt is. You just don't go with the mainstream, yeah, so you really look for your very own fit. Yeah, and when once she could discover that, and once she could really feel that, she was not one who was broadly, yeah, for everything. She had her very specific own way of doing things, and very specific own things that were in her hands, that were really what was fit to her. Yeah, and when she stopped wanting to change that, she did not want, when she was welcoming her self-doubt into her life, yeah, then she could also create this NEWEX approach energy for herself, where she could just watch this self-doubt aspect in herself to develop further, yeah, where it was not pulling her down, but leading her to these specific individual things that was her fit. And that was such an amazing process for her, that she could accept that she was not for everything, but for specific things that was her fit. And this was something that she discovered. And when she stopped making herself wrong, when she stopped wanting to change, yeah, who she was, and was welcoming, yeah, who she was, and was seeing the brilliance that lies in every single aspect, yeah, of who we are, then everything changed. She changed the attitude she had towards herself. And that is the biggest aspect that we can ever learn, you know, that we stop wanting to change and start wanting to be who we are. And by that, we are welcoming aspects that are inside of us and creating a space where they can develop in ways that are fitting to them, you know, and not how are we thinking we should be. Yeah, and that is the NEWEX approach energy that I teach in a beautiful journey, where these destructive beliefs, yeah, that we are starting to have when we are years in personal development, yeah, that we should be in certain ways, and what authenticity is, and what freedom is, and how we should express ourselves, and that it lies all in our hands to be, and that we can choose. And there are so many of those kind of beliefs that we do carry inside of ourselves, actually seeded by personal development, and that finally make that we are getting stuck, and as she was in a deep bad place when I met her. So when also guilt is something that is teasing you, when you kind of thinking that why is it that I can't make those beautiful steps other people can make, into live an authentic me. Yeah? Authenticity is not a process. Authenticity is an awareness. It's an awareness that we have. And I invite you to also join me in my journey, that I love to share with you, and to see if it is a fit to you to know more about this. Please feel very free, to become friends of Inner World Power. And I invite you to workshops and blogs and other things, and the case studies, of course, as soon as I'm releasing them. So just enroll for it, become friends of Inner Voice Power, and I'm very happy to meet you somewhere to have this beautiful discovery.